Last time on Steely's Corner.
Sounds like a country song.
With me!
Watch your mouth, you pissed off ginger. This is a family show.
Ain't I supposed to be helping, jokester?
AJ, you're supposed to be holding the door! Why aren't you holding the door?
Another thing or bother another person ever again. And let's take a gander at what we're gonna do next time. On site in New Jersey, Camp Crystal Lake. Camp Crystal Lake? Welcome back, guys. This will be day 13 of our 31 for 31 days of Halloween Watch-A-Thon. So I thought it to be only poetically fitting that we do one of the Friday the 13th movies. But if you've been watching the channel for a bit, you know that we have already covered the first and the second movie in prior episodes, not in this Watch-A-Thon. So what I decided to do was try to pick one to put Jason in his purest form. Kind of thought, if you close your eyes and someone says Friday the 13th or Jason Voorhees, what picture would pop up in your head? And usually people either visualize the version from part 6, part 7, or from today's entry, which is part 4, titled The Final Chapter. And we all know that that really wasn't the case, now was it? So let's get right down to it. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. So stick with us here on Steely's Corner as we continue through our 31 days of horror watch-a-thon. I get to wear the mask.
No, you left me in there with that damn doll. I'm wearing the mask.
Damn it!
That's what I thought. I gotta do something to save money on makeup. Otherwise I gotta buy more. Did I just say that out loud?
Why do I even? I In 1984, Paramount Pictures decided that their Friday the 13th franchise had run its course, not knowing that this gorish goalie actually had a lot more gas in the tank. But regardless, at the moment, they charged director Joe Zito to finally put their horrifying franchise to the end. And Zito pulled out all of the stops to make this movie, with an incredible cast, including Crispin Glover.
Well, I haven't finished those up yet, but you know, I figured since they were due till... Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Oh. Think, McFly. Think.
That guy from Last American Virgin, the Doublemint twins.
Double your pleasure, double your fun. I got nothing.
Handful of other attractive teens for the chopping block. Also gave us two very sympathetic and awesomely well-rounded heroes to cheer for it the whole time. It's the first time that a duo would actually take on Jason, and that would be the brother and sister duo of Trish and Tommy Jarvis. Trish, portrayed by Kimberly Beck, and Tommy, portrayed by a very young Corey Feldman. But if I have to bring up anything interesting about the casting of this movie, it definitely has to be the man that he got to play Jason. Yes, Kane Hodder has always been #1 Jason to a lot of people, but there's been other great Jasons, also to mention CJ Parker and Ken Kersinger. But in my opinion, the man that really brought everything together and kind of gave everyone else a template to run off of was Mr. Ted White. Hollywood, legendary, stuntman, and actor. The man was already in his 50s when he decided to step into the lumbering shoes of Mr. Jason Voorhees to play him with a coldness and a chill and just almost with a swagger, like a grizzled edge on an old rusty blade that just made it more terrifying. Because if Joe Zito thought this was going to be the last one, he wanted it to be the most menacing and terrifying.
Tom Savini hadn't been involved with the franchise since the first movie, so Joe Zito decided to bring him back to make his final touches on the last time that we thought Jason was going to be on the big screen. So a lot of the kills and effects were going to be over the top and crazy because this was going to be his crowning achievement. And I will have to say, this is one of his best makeup works ever.
Well, that's not very creative or suspenseful. They tell us how he dies. He gets stabbed in the eye. Whatever. The movie begins literally where part 3 left off, taking us back to the barn where Jason had been slain at the very end. It's actually kind of strange here because they really wanted to show you that they're upping the budget and upping the production value with a helicopter overhead, tons of ambulances, and then for some reason it just fades to a quiet silence. Once they get to the hospital to drop the body of Mr. Voorhees off, they are greeted by the coroner, Axel, played by that goofy dude from Police Academy. Is it just me, or is every movie that they have to deal with a creepy, weird coroner, he's always eating around the bodies? I mean, I know it's supposed to be like numb to them, or a job, or just it is what it is, but every freaking movie I've seen with a coroner, he's just standing there eating a sandwich. Any coroners out there, tell me if y'all do this, because it's some weird shit.
Turns out that the coroner's a real hornball, too.
Hi, girls. Thanks for waiting.
What the heck even is that?
After dispatching with Axel and the night nurse, Jason flees the hospital back into the woods of Crystal Lake. After that, we meet our protagonists of the movie. We get to see Mama Jarvis, Trish Jarvis, and get introduced to little Tommy.
As another little thank you to Tom Savini, the character of Tommy Jarvis was actually crafted after Tom Savini himself, the boy being interested in computers and makeup special effects and making his own masks. So he had such a big influence on the franchise, a character, and one of the only characters, that would go through the next few installments of movies, Tommy Jarvis. And we've all got the makeup man to thank for it.
On the other side of the lake, we also get introduced to our group of sympathetic victims. A group of friends that are heading to a cabin just across the way from the Jarvises to have a nice weekend getaway, with two very particularly sexually awkward guys in the back, Crispin Glover and that guy from Last American Virgin. Would like to point out one thing. This hitchhiker is not the first, but this is one of the best examples of why I like Jason so much. He is not afraid to kill in broad daylight at all. Sees a girl on the side of the road, she's in his path of getting back to Crystal Lake. See ya. Bye. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. By this point in the series, Jason's body is pretty much frickin' Swiss cheese. I mean, he's been shot, he's been electrocuted, he's been stabbed multiple times. He got an axe chop to the face. I mean, this guy's beat to hell. And he still keeps on ticking. Just like me. After some time passes, the group of teens run into two twin girls. Oddly enough, the Doublemint twins. Once the Doublemint twins have joined the fray, Tommy and Trish do stumble onto their little skinny dipping escapade.
Some pack of patooties, huh? Tommy.
Yes, Tommy is literally the embodiment of every single one of us at 12 years old. After having a little bit of car trouble, Trish and Tommy run into a backpacker named Rob, who is there actually looking for his sister. Backstory here is that Rob's sister is actually a character from Part 2. But if we're looking at this chronologically, Part 2 was a Friday the 13th. Part 3 happened the very next day. So that's Saturday the 14th. And this movie picked up right where the last one left off. So it's Sunday the 15th. That isn't even scary. After the pleasantries are exchanged with everyone, the group of teens decide to have a party, and the greatest shot in the entire movie frickin' happens. Crispin, take it away.
Don't think you got it made. ain't no, you're wrong. 'Cause you can't fake it anymore. I know what you're waiting for. I should turn away and walk.
Hey, how come you turned that off?
I really know I haven't given much depth into this one, but the last 30 minutes of this movie are awesome. The best special effects are in it, the best kills are in it, and of course the grand finale showdown with Jason is in it. And I don't want to give away the ending, because this is definitely one of those movies that I want you guys to enjoy. So I'm gonna leave it there.
With a very small budget of just $2.6 million, Friday the 13th, the final chapter, brought in the bucks, making $33 million at the box office. But the middling reception from critics kind of drove the movie's hype down right after it came out, with a very, very disappointing and I think unjust 19% on Rotten Tomatoes. This movie is a freaking classic. This is like best Jason material.
One thing I did know that if you take a look at some of the big slashers that we had from the 80s, it really is almost like an ode to the old Universal monsters. Don't you think? You know, they had Dracula, the Wolfman, the Creature from the Black Lagoon, Frankenstein's monster, the Mummy. You know, we had Chucky and Freddy and Jason and Michael and Leatherface and Pinhead. So why don't we do an ode to the classics while still staying in our retro 80s parameters? For the next episode, I submit to you guys Monster Squad. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel and check out with the squad. We'll see you then. We're doing Monster Squad? Oh, I'm so doing this. Kick him in the nards! Kick Wolfman in the nards!
He doesn't have nards! Do it! Do it! Wolfman's got nards!